Okay, so we're making some popcorn, and we felt like popcorn. It's Halloween, movie night. We've made drinks, that'll be last week's video. Now we've made popcorn. We have 3 different kinds of popcorn here. 1 corn, raw corn, no corn.
My god, I need an actual microphone. Let's do this with narration, shall we? We have Doritos seasonings, which I'll explain in the comments below and the description. Mainly nutritional yeast and seasonings. Gingerbread, Mexican chocolate. These are all super good, but first we need to actually make popcorn. I'll show you how. Preheat your pan with a little bit of oil. I like coconut oil until it is ripping hot. Add a single kernel to make testing for its heat easier. Dump in your popcorn kernels and get to shake it. The key here is to make sure that none of the popcorn kernels spend too long touching the pan and thus the heat, because otherwise you end up with lots of burnt little bits and it tastes really gross and no one wants that. Simply pick up the pan every now and then and shake it, knocking the kernels back and forth as you do while controlling the temperature to make sure that it's not too hot. But you also don't want it too cold. This constant movement ensures a wide dispersal of the water vapor. If you let it get too hot, it can go too burnt, but if it's not hot enough, it'll get soggy. It's a delicate science. Carry on heating it and stirring it until you hear this wonderful sound. This means it's on its way and you just need to keep going for a nice little time. Carry on until the intervals between the popping sounds is about 5 seconds, because that is basically the point where if you stop, the last few ones will pop as you are transporting it into your bowl. Transport it into a metal bowl or whatever you want to keep it in, and then we're going to use one really useful trick. We're going to use this 1-calorie sunflower oil spray oil in place of butter for lower calories and less saturated fats. Simply give it a good few spritzes and a few stirs so as to make sure it is completely incorporated, and this will make it so much easier for the seasonings to stick. Get your hand in there and really stir it about, or use a spatula if you're a pansy like me. I then divided them into 3 little serving bowls, or whatever bowls I could find, so as to be able to do a nice little taste test of all the popcorn. Simply layer on a big pile of seasoning on your popcorn. Really get in there and coat it. You gotta really get in there. And stir it up using this really sexy toss back and forth technique to completely coat it. The oil will make sure that the seasoning sticks to it, but it doesn't taste too fatty, which is really important because you want the flavor of the seasonings to shine through. Here's mine and Olivia's impression and results from the Doritos seasoning popcorn.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay.
The ginger one was super interesting, really sweet and slightly cinnamony, but not like too strong or sharp in ginger. It was more like a really nice pie with ginger spice. The chocolate one was really weird because it was kind of spicy because it had cayenne in it, but it was also really chocolatey, but not very sweet. It was actually way better a few hours later once it had a chance to sit and react with the oxygen in the air. I also drenched it in butter later, and that made it really good.
3 different types of popcorn, lots of mess, cut finger, and a cocktail. I don't have an outro. Bon appetit. No, I'll get sued. B-roll. Nope, he'll sue me. Something bald-bearded men would say. I'm just trying to go through cooking YouTubers. You suck at popcorn? No.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. No,